Hebrew is right to left.
Hebrew is right to left.
Of course.
And
English
is
left to right.
Okay, so in this Bible school, we teach on the original Hebrew text. Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahshua. I see that. I see the Tetragrammaton. That's what made me pull over.
Of course, brother.
But when I pull over, then I hear you saying Christ. But then I understood what you were saying. You were saying you have to relate.
Of course, brother.
You have to get people to relate.
Of course, brother.
Okay, so what institution do you guys belong to?
We are the light of Zion. The light of Zion.
Zion.
We are located at 2937 West Broward Boulevard. The light of Zion. Ezekiel 16 verse 11.
You guys, when I go to that place, do you guys teach on the original Hebrew text?
Of course,
brother.
brother.
You teach Jesus Christ, Lord God, Jesus Christ.
Brother, Hamashiach Yahawashai.
No. I don't speak that.
So that's the true name of Christ.
See, this is what I'm saying. There's only one person that died on that cross.
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8.
Only one person that died on the cross. Don't give him 3, 4, or 5 names.
Of course.
What was his name?
Let's see. We know the Hebrew dialect that we speak is the Lashon Kadash.
I'm asking you, what the simple yet intelligent question that everybody should ask themselves is, what was the name of the Savior during the time that he walked the earth plane? What was his name?
We know, brother, in Hebrew.
What was his name?
In Hebrew, his name is Hamashiach Yahawashai. Hamashiach Yahawashai.
Yahshua.
Brother, that's fine, brother. That's fine. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8.
Read.
Therefore wait ye upon me.
God says we have to wait upon him. Read.
Saith the Lord.
Read.
Until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Read.
For my determination is to gather the nations.
Read.
That I may assemble the kingdoms.
Read.
To pour upon them my indignation.
God is going to send Christ to redeem us by destroying the other nations. Read.
Even all my fierce anger.
Read.
For all the earth shall be devoured.
Read.
With the fire of my jealousy.
Read.
For then,
read,
will I turn to the people.
God will turn unto us, read,
a pure language.
We are going to speak the pure Hebrew. So when Christ, who is a black man, comes back, everything will be in order. Psalm 138 verse 2. But right now, we have to be concerned about keeping the commandments. Because these commandments, the fact that we break them, that's why we are in the conditions that we are in. Brother, where is your Maserati? Of course, brother. You see, we are living in those conditions because we are not keeping God's laws. Is your face on the money? No, brother. That's a curse. Read.
Psalms chapter 138, verse 2.
Read.
I will worship toward thy holy temple.
Read.
And praise thy name.
Read.
For thy loving kindness.
Read.
And for thy truth.
Read.
For thou hast magnified thy word.
What?
Thy word.
So the word of God is magnified. Read.
Above all thy name.
Above the name. So now, brother, I'm going to show you a commandment that you are keeping, which is good. Leviticus 19, verse 27. Because we are not African Americans. We are the real Jews that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We are the chosen people of God. Therefore, we have to live according to God's laws. Read.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27.
Read.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads.
We are not to shave off our hair. Read.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
We are not to shave off our beard. That's a good thing for them. Leave it like a bird's nest. Read. Read verse 28.
Verse 28.
Read.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
Where is he?
Read it again.
Leviticus chapter 19.
Hold on, wait, time out. Leviticus is the Old Testament. Do you know that everything that was instituted was in the Old Testament and fulfilled in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? So we don't have to do what was in the Old Testament.
Matthew 5:17.
Hold on, wait, time out. That's the reason why you don't have a bird nest right now. I don't have a bird nest.
But what I'm saying is that we have to have a beard. That's it. We have to have a beard. Some brothers even have a little patch.
What I'm saying is, the Savior was put on this earth to fulfill. Fulfill is complete, finish, and bring to
Let's see. Matthew 5:17.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
Brother, when the writings are in red, who is talking? Okay, read.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Christ says, don't even put in your mind that I am come to do away with the law. Read.
Or the prophets.
Or what Jeremiah or Habakkuk wrote. Read.
I am not come to destroy,
Christ says, I am not here to destroy. Read.
but to fulfill.
But to fulfill. Now, what did he fulfill? What did he fulfill?
complete, finish, bring to an end. Fulfill
Acts 3 verse
everything.
18. What did he fulfill?
He fulfilled everything that was instituted in the law.
So now the fact that he fulfilled the law, now I can kill you, correct?
No, you can't, because he
According to what?
according to his law, according to love, according to he put the jail system there for people, for criminals.
Okay, now Christ is on the scene, correct?
Yahshua.
Okay, Yeshua is on the scene, correct?
He is
Okay.
Yahshua.
Yeshua is on the scene. Now I can steal your car, can't I?
No,
According to what?
the law, morals, law,
Oh, moral?
morals.
Hold that. Exodus chapter 20. Give me the spot that says you are not to steal. For the laws of God are there forever. These laws, brother, they are there forever.
You have a conscience.
Let's see what, brother, let's see what God said. Brother, let us put our own understanding behind it and see what the Bible says. Read. Exodus 20
and 13. Exodus chapter 20, verse 13.
Read.
Thou shalt not kill.
Read.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal.
What?
Thou shalt not
I
steal.
can steal that beauty, correct? What does God say?
Thou shalt not steal.
I am not to steal your silver car. According to the Bible, I am not to steal. It is in the law. The laws are there forever, brother. So Christ didn't fulfill. Christ only fulfilled what the sacrificial part of the law.
He fulfilled everything.
Let's see, brother. So that means now I can steal this car.
You can't.
Come on, brother.
Because
Okay,
in
I cannot.
Revelations, it said the law is really to love your neighbor.
Okay,
And
brother.
the
Brother,
golden
okay.
rule is
Now,
respect.
brother, let me show you what does that mean. Mark 12 verse 29. I'm going to show you what that means.
It's the fulfillment.
Let's see, brother, listen. The law that Christ fulfilled is the sacrificial law. Right now for sins. Now, if I sin, Christ is the sacrificial part. Meaning that right now I'm not to sin. If I sin, Christ will go to the Father and present himself as a lawyer for me. There is no sacrifice. I cannot sacrifice a bull for my sins. Read.
Mark chapter 12, verse 29.
Read.
And Jesus answered him,
Read.
the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel,
Hear, O Israel, these laws are only for us and only us. Read.
the Lord our God is one Lord.
Read.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God
Read.
with all thy heart,
Read.
and with all thy soul,
Read.
and with all thy mind,
Read.
and with all thy strength.
Read.
This is the first
The
commandment.
first commandment means that this is the first commandment, means that now if I love God with all my soul, I'm not going to do things that are against him. I'm not going to be a homosexual. Read.
And the second is like, namely this,
Read.
thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Now because I love you, I'm not going to steal your car. Because I love you, I'm going to show you where you are going off. You see it, brother? Read.
As thyself.
Read.
There is none other commandment.
So what Christ does in the sentence, he pretty much synthesized, meaning that he put all of them, he just categorized them into two things. But underneath everything, all the laws are still there. It is just a synthesis of everything, of the entire law. Because the law has 5 parts: moral law, civil law, dietary law, ceremonial law, and the sacrificial law. Now, the sacrificial part of the law is done away with. Of course. So now we are not to do any sacrifice.
No, mom, no hands.
Romans 12 verse 2. Now, let's see what sacrifice we have to do. Let's see what sacrifice we are required to do. Read. Because, brother, you have to understand, the days of going to church are over. Now we have to come back to the laws of God. Because these laws are there to cleanse us. Read.
Romans chapter 12, verse 1.
Read.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren.
What is your name, brother?
Lloyd.
Brother Lloyd? What is your name, brother? Brother Derek, read.
By the mercies of God,
Read.
that ye present your bodies
You have to present yourselves, read,
as a living sacrifice,
as a living sacrifice, read,
holy,
separate,
acceptable,
read,
unto God,
unto God, read.
which is your reasonable service.
This is your reasonable service, read.
And be not conformed to this
Which is your
world.
reasonable service in not conforming to this world. In this world, being an adulterer is fun. But God says we are not to be an adulterer. We are not to commit adultery. Read.
But be ye transformed
We have to change, read.
by the renewing of your mind.
So what will change us? Psalm 19 verse 7. You have to understand, these laws, the fact that we stray away from them, now we are homosexuals. Now we are serving idols. Now, instead of saying, hey brother, how do you do?
You
say,
break one law, you break them all.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, if
Let's see what God says. Let's see what God says. Read.
Back then in the Old Testament, there was 613 laws and carnal ordinances. And if you break one, you break them all.
Let's see what God says. Read.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7.
Read.
The law of the Lord is perfect,
The laws of God are perfect. Read.
converting the soul.
Changing us. Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure,
Read.
making wise the simple.
So God will take you from being a nigger to a man of God.